All right. Hey, VB Adrenaline followers on the social media channels. We are live on, looks like Facebook, uh, Instagram, or not Instagram. We couldn't get the Instagram feed working, unfortunately, but YouTube and our Twitter account as we give people time to start logging in here. But I am joined tonight by another legacy volleyball top prospect. And tonight it's Lexi Coleman of Legacy, an outside hitter tonight, and another 2029. So, Lexi, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor.
I think when I save this, and in a few years, I'm going to be saying that, but you're pretty good, and you said you're okay with it. Kaylin and I last night we came up with the nickname Big Dog. So you said you're okay with it. We're going to go with it.
No, I
Okay.
love it.
Good. Good. I do too. And it was in the utmost respect. So we're going to go with Big Dog and hope that sticks. But I saw you the first time again. I'd seen you on social media highlights last night, but at nationals, and you stick out in a great way, like a sore thumb on the court, taking over. But by doing everything right, and I didn't ever see at nationals, I didn't ever see frustration or negative body language. And it reminded me a little bit of Ireland Real, who just committed this past year. The positivity and the positive energy. Is that how you try and play? Or did you just have a great couple days?
A little bit of both. Sometimes, like past, I haven't had my greatest games, and I really need to try to be positive, but it isn't really that hard. It's kind of just in my personality. I've been told I'm just like a peppy person, and no matter what happens, I'm always happy and I'm always smiling, and you can't really stop it.
Hey, that's a good thing not to be able to stop, right? If you're going to do something, smiling's a pretty good thing to do, right? So you told me before we went live, early on you played softball and volleyball, and you switched and went just volleyball a couple years ago. Um, what was it like juggling both of those? You had to be on the go constantly.
hmm It was really hard for my parents trying to get me place to place. But I would be at a softball tournament and then have to immediately go to volleyball, and I'd already be all sweaty before the game. And practices, I'd have softball 2 days a week, volleyball 2 days a week, and then extra practices. And it was just a lot on the body and the mind. But at one point growing up, like getting used to it, it's just a grind for athletes.
Yeah. And one thing I've noticed doing this on the national level now for 4 years, it's amazing how busy y'all are at such a young age just with one sport, right? And you need breaks. I can't imagine trying to do two. Those of you that try still playing basketball and volleyball, I can't imagine it. And God bless the parents that drive you all around. Um, um, it's definitely a team job. But I want to talk. Let's start out with legacy, and we talked about it. Just tell me what it's like training there, because the track record's pretty good with putting out some good college volleyball players.
Mhm. It's really funny because a lot of people know what Legacy is and what club, but I get asked all the time where it is, and no one knows it's in Michigan. And when you're there, like I didn't really think about it before this year, 2 years ago, kind of. There are 1,000 girls in Michigan just looking at that club and looking for a spot there, and they just choose the best talent, and I think that's how they get so good because they have a lot of girls trying out. There's girls from Ohio, Indiana come in, and I know a few girls who do the drive from Toledo twice a week to come to legacy practices. And it's just amazing that I have the opportunity.
Yeah. How far is it for you?
20 minutes.
Hey, there you go. Hey, there you go. That's not bad at all. Well, yeah, it's such. I mean, that area is just so the Midwest and that area specifically. That's right in the heart of Big Ten country, and it's been so known for college athletics and great athletics forever. Um, uh, but the competition there, and that's what Kalen, kept talking about last night was compete. Talk about the competition, not just to make a spot, but then when you make a spot, night in, night out,
hmm
what are practices like? What is gym time like?
There's always work to be done, always a way you can get better, always a way you can beat someone out. No one's spot is ever secure. Even if you're the only DS, your spot is not secure. There are girls from twos looking at that spot. And in the team practices, I think the girls do a really good job just kind of ignoring that you're competition on the court and off the court, but you're still working to be better and beat them. But you're not really looking to beat them, you're just looking for that spot. And there's a thin line that some girls don't get, but my team does.
Well, you know what that sounds exactly like to me? College volleyball. I mean, that's a college volleyball program,
hmm
right? The backup setter, the backup bro, L2, L1, thin line between, hey, it's hard for me to compete with her, but we're teammates. We need to get along.
hmm
Yeah, that's the exact environment, right? And you guys are learning it, uh, which is a great lesson at an early age. But uh, it must be nice though, and when the alumni come back and to compete and just see that and learn and talk from them. Are you
hmm
picking up things all the time as they're in and out of the gym?
Yes. We see them a lot train. Like last year, they trained a lot with the older teams and they would scrimmage against them. Like Campbell and Harper came in and they're around during the summer. And Jess is in the gym. Personally, I've talked to Jess, I've had a lesson with Jess. She's super sweet. And like you just talk to them and you just realize that either you are on that path, you need to get on that path, and what do I do? What should I not do? And they're really open about it. They're really great about talking to you and letting you know and just picking up tips from them.
Yeah, and it's they've been there,
hmm
and they can tell you it's not all what you always see on TV, right? There's a lot of hard work that goes into winning. You don't just win the championship or win the All American award. There's a lot of sacrifice comes before that. That's invaluable. That's amazing. How about I've always wondered this because I even see it here at Kairos where we talked about Miss Masselink that you play with
hmm
and do some stuff, and she'll be at the tryout, which we'll get to. But at her club, they have the older court that you always want to get to, and they have time before practice where they play some wash drill or queens or whatever, and you can hop in. And there's always a couple brave younger girls. They're just like dying to jump in. Is that you? I mean, are you jumping in with the oldest court and the senior?
110%, yes.
Yeah. You remember the first time you did it?
When I was little, my parents started me off. I used to train with the older girls when I was 6. I used to train with girls who were, I don't know, 8, 10. And when I was younger I was on a 12 team with Cynthia Ackerman, who is 2 years older than I am,
Yeah.
and I played up, so.
That's one of my favorites. She's, yeah, it's one of my favorites. All right, so let's jump in. Let's jump in before we look at highlights. On your way to Colorado Springs, U17 tryout. Before we just talk about the tryout itself, which I didn't realize was a full week, but excited about that, I'm sure. But what um, do you put the whole thought in that, hey, this is Team USA?
Not yet. I have kind of. When I first read the email, I didn't comprehend it, and I had to reread it, and then I understood, and then I started crying, and there was this whole thing. I was super excited, but it still doesn't feel real yet. Like, I can't even wrap my head around that it's Team USA. I'm competing for my country, girls all around the country, and it just doesn't feel real yet. And it's just, I'm really excited, but it's just kind of anticipation, waiting for that moment when it hits me and like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
USA.
That's how, when I would go to NTDP, that's how I felt every time. And especially the first time I went to Colorado Springs, I was like, I'm at USA Olympic Training Center. And I was just there at some dumb media guy, like walking around. And I went to the, gift shop and bought a t-shirt. And yeah, I mean, but how cool. I was so pumped when I heard they were doing a U17 team, and
Yeah.
why not give more athletes the opportunity to experience that at a younger age? So good luck. And you guys all know each other. You're a pretty tight group
Mhm.
already,
Yes.
that crew, and a very talented group. Um, a very talented group, as we'll talk more about when we talk about the our first attempt at our rankings, which we're not big on, but we threw together our America's top 200, and as we get down to the top 50, part of the reason we did it was to rank top prospects no matter what their grade was,
Mhm.
and it's kind of to show America that there's some very, very talented prospects in your grade and up, that to show them what a college program is like. Freshmen sometimes beat out seniors, and we saw that at Dream Team Camp. That by the end of it, y'all were battling with 26 commits, and you're all jumbled together. And if you didn't walk in and know, you might not have known who was the 29 and who was the 26 at some point. So that'll be interesting coming up. That's kind of why we did that top 200, was throwing all the classes together, and and to look at it that way, because when you're a freshman in college, this senior class will be seniors. But so let's take a look at your player profile. Thank you for getting one of those, by the way. Hope to have you, but pretty cool resume so far when you look at the national awards. All-American, national champion, AAU All-American, USA All-American, national champion in both. Your teams had a ton of success. Do you like one more than another, Orlando or the rotating? Is there a tournament that you guys enjoy more?
I like them both, really. Florida, it's really nice because it's Florida and it's always in Florida. So each time you go, you know what to do, and
Right.
it's really fun to be in Orlando with a bunch of teams. But I also do like USAVs and how it rotates. But the favorite area that I've been in so far is Dallas, which I'm really lucky to be in twice. And it was really fun.
Yeah.
Dallas is probably my favorite.
Yeah. And it wasn't 110 when we were there.
Mm-mm.
The weather was
It
the
was very.
weather gave us a break. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I like the convention center and that setup down there. It's Dallas is a nice place for Lone Star and for
Mm-hmm.
that. I don't mind traveling there. Uh, as well. I like that tournament setup as well. And you guys always do well. But by the end of that month, what did you feel like? And then we'll talk about your camps. But what did you feel like by the end of camp season after going Orlando, Dallas camps? By the time I'm guessing Dream Team might have been your last one.
It was Creighton.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right, Creighton.
Mhm.
Were you? I mean, were you tired of airports by the time the Creighton camp was done?
Oh man, I felt like jello. My legs, I could not feel them. They were numb. My shoulder hurt. I afterwards I had to do a week of recovery. It was rough.
Yeah, you got a lot of volleyball in. You guys
Hmm.
played a
Yeah.
lot. I want to move on before we show some highlights. Let's talk about your camps. So this past summer, Michigan State was 2 summers ago, but this past summer, uh, resume, Penn State, Creighton, Louisville, and then Nebraska, which is where I watched, got to see you. But just talk about what did you learn? And we have the rule. You can't just say, oh, what pretty campuses. Okay. This isn't, we don't get to say boring pad rehearsed answers on here. Okay.
Mhm.
So, what did you learn? Like differences? You don't have to say a certain school, but tell me something that you learned that are different between schools by attending camps this summer.
Mhm. It was really cool to see how different coaches ran different camps. If
Yeah.
one camp was ran better than the other, and what drills they would have you do, and especially the feedback that you got back from them. If the head coach was giving you feedback or an assistant coach, and what they were saying, and how many kids they were paying attention to. And it was really great because we had the prospect camp and then the younger camps, and all the colleges that I went to, the head coaches looked at all of them. They spent time with all of them, and it was really great to see that side of them and not see them on TV and just get to know them and know how they coach.
Right. Now, I also have to tell you, because I know, yeah, I really, I really know those five coaches, and they're very good people. But I also have to tell you, those are they call that camp for a reason,
Mhm.
right? So you know to dig deeper, and you
Yes.
definitely will. You're getting that education. But yeah, I was. It was. I felt like I was on vacation, and I should have paid uh, to buy a ticket in Lincoln. Like, wow, that that was crazy. And I know Louisville, they had the best talent they've ever had as select camp. Tell me a little bit about that one. And I know Penn State coming off the Natty, and they did the ring ceremony, which was a nice little
Mhm.
addition. But tell me a little bit about Louisville this year. What was that camp like?
It was ran kind of like in stations, and the girls, I knew most of them, but some I didn't. But the ones that I didn't, I felt like I should know. Like they might have not been mentioned or to NTDP, but they were still good. And I felt like I should have known them better, or I was wondering why they weren't invited to other camps. And it was just interesting to see how the competition differed.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a really good point you bring up. Now, well, you've been listening to a lot of it, but they have done a great job over the years at finding some under the radar talent, and then they turn into be amazing. And then everybody's like, who the heck was that later? Right.
Mhm.
So they do an awesome job of discovering talent that might not be ranked super high. So I can see that. I'm trying to think back. I don't remember breakfast, let alone July, but they I know it was a loaded camp and their numbers were up. And now let's go to Dream Team. Just what was it like for the were there nerves like when you go into that, and not because of Nebraska, just because of the talent, day one, did you have nerves?
Kind of, not, no, I guess no. Because going into the camp, I had no idea who was going to be there. And then my mom, we were all staying at this, most of us were staying at the same hotel.
Okay.
And we got in late that night. And my mom let me sleep in a little bit. So she went down and got my breakfast. And she came up and she was listing off all the girls who were going to be there and who she saw downstairs. And it just brought excitement in me that I would have the opportunity to play against these girls at a camp and that I would be able to learn stuff from that, from the coaches, and see what they would tell me because those are the girls that I'll be playing against in college and club these next few years. So it was just really great to see that.
So you didn't know, did you not know quite a few of the girls that were there?
No, I knew all of them. I just didn't know who was going to be there. I don't go on Instagram that much.
God bless you. Yeah, you didn't see the roster
Yeah.
ahead of time.
Yeah.
You showed up. Yeah. Well, I remember because some people were like were delayed and they got in at
Mhm.
2 a.m. and y'all were coming from somewhere. I mean, nobody had like the day off the day before. I mean, yeah. And I think the coaches knew it. It was like nobody had to be talked into playing hard, but it was like so chill. Didn't didn't you think like it was I thought it
Yeah,
was so laid.
because we had lunch and just all the girls would talk together and just be super nice. And on the court, in the moment while the ball is in play, you're being competitive. And then after the play, if you didn't get the kill, but your teammate did, then you would just yell and scream as loud as you can and just be super excited. And it was really cool to see that and how people just turn it on and off like that.
You know what wasn't fair, and I did say no, coach from when she was at Louisville, and I felt I had the right to say this, which I didn't, but I didn't like when they put those poor liberos back and then they didn't put a block up and they just let you guys tee
Yeah.
off for like 5 minutes. I didn't think that was fair at all.
No, it wasn't fair, but it was really fun.
For you.
For me,
Now,
maybe not
I
for
was trying
them.
to get video behind the liberos, and I don't think they thought like I mean, that didn't look like any fun at all. Um, that was your time to take advantage of Calla Hafner. I mean, like just hammer away at her for a few minutes. But I'm like, can we give these guys some help?
At towards the end, I realized that a lot of people were just bouncing the ball, and then I kind of felt bad, but I was doing the same thing. So
No, when she got in there, it was like everybody started licking their chops, and they're like, "We're going for her right now." And she just was kind of like, "Yeah, all right," and like 8 balls in a row, just right at her, and then eventually they decided to put a block in. I'm like, "Hey, um, can we give them some help here?" But that was a nasty. that was a nasty. That's like a
Mhm.
minor league pitcher pitching to the Yankees, I think. That wasn't fun, but yeah, that was so cool. And then but didn't you think, was it neat to see the national championship rings when you're in Penn State?
That was so cool. I remember we were all sitting down, and then they had the table and the trophy, and the players saw it for the first time, and it was so amazing to see that. And you got to see it up close. I got to touch it, and I got a picture with Caroline Jaravicious holding her ring up, and it was so fun to see how excited they got and what they looked like, and we were the first ones to see them.
Yeah. Caroline Jaravicious is also one of my favorites.
Hmm.
That she is feisty as all get out. But yeah, she will be, by the time you get up there, she will be announcing your matches. She's gonna be a sportscaster, and trust me, she will be. Yeah, God, I like her. Yeah, that was a nice marketing touch. They did a good job with that. And then we have to talk about this. So you go to Creighton. You said your brother's there, but they're great volleyball. What was that camp like? And I love DJ Sokol Arena. Like,
Hmm.
you have to go to a match if you get a chance. But that place is sold out. That is like the perfect college size volleyball arena, and the atmosphere there is awesome.
Yeah, my brother says it's amazing. It was a really fun camp because I didn't know as many people, but it was really cool. Like Julia was there,
Yeah.
and it was so much fun to see the people who were interested in the schools that didn't get as much attention as in Nebraska. And it was super fun because the players at Creighton did a really nice job. They played with us. They were super fun and interactive with all the girls, and it was so fun.
Did you get to meet Abby Hayes?
Mhm.
So Abby came to our event in Sioux Falls that I put on, and you just knew, like, she just had to get a little bit more feisty and grow, and that kicked in, and like they got a steal. She's gonna be 3-year all conference for sure. And you just talk about great fits, like that is just a great fit for her.
Mhm.
And yeah, they just have a great program, and everybody blinks and they're like, oh, they lost
Mhm.
everybody. And now I think this week they're the 10, they're
Yeah.
like the 10 seed.
Yes.
Yeah. Brian and with Coach Lieben and Brian continue it. They just have a program. And yeah, but they sell it out, and they have an awesome following, and Omaha is a great college town. Like you said, it's a great school.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we'll wrap it up. How about your high school team? Um, because I know Michigan is just huge. Not only college, but high school sports are very big in Michigan.
Mhm.
So, how's your high school team doing?
Very well. We I don't know what I think we're ranked 10th or 8th or something like that. But we're doing very well so far, and just the community and atmosphere. All the girls are so nice. Like some girls have seniors overtaking, but our seniors are so sweet, and the whole team is just really nice. And it's a great community to be in. And I love the coach Larry, who was my club coach last year,
Okay.
and he's really built it up and helped us.
We talk, and we'll just maybe I can get it on here. See, we'll just put on highlights as we watch, just because I get to watch you swing from behind the 10-foot line. Is that your favorite? Is that your favorite thing to do?
Yes.
I know. That's got to feel amazing just to hammer it that hard. But is that your folks?
Yes, those are my parents.
That's good. Hey, that's what's your highest touch? What have you touched?
10 2.
10-3? Okay. Um, down the line. Oh, they and then so do you play with Cynthia's with Ackerman then on her high school team?
No, we're on different high school teams.
They okay. I was gonna say she's one of my favorites, but they will let you go with you um and I know I read some of your other articles and interviews when I was watching some video, and you just talked about really truly having big dreams in the future, and you're going to get to do so many of these. You're really going to be sick of them, but you do a great job. My only thing is, I just hope you keep your awesome attitude, because that's one thing that really stuck out to me this summer. And one of my favorite sayings is, "It's really easy." Great athletes that have great attitudes are really easy to cheer for. So I have appreciated that watching you from afar, and I hope you keep that up because that's really, really important. And good luck to your crew in Colorado.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you explained that to us, to everybody listening. So you guys go Sunday and then talk about the process.
So we leave this Sunday, and they're giving us a day or two to adjust to altitude with flight practices, and then we're going to have 2 practices a day for a week. And then there's 17 girls there. They'll choose 12 out of 17 to travel to Costa Rica for the next week, and then we'll play a game a day down in Costa Rica. And yeah.
So 2 weeks total, you would be gone.
Yes. But if I'm not part of the 12 of the travel team, then I'll come home. But that's okay.
After a week. Yeah. Yeah.
You're
Well,
still on the team. It's still a huge deal. You get everything. You get the jersey. It's an amazing
yeah.
accomplishment.
When I see that on social media every time they put the jerseys out,
Mm-hmm.
and that, I mean, that does that. I tear up a little bit when they put the music to that and they all go get their name, and
Mm-hmm.
that's you can't touch that, right? Like that's one of something very, very few that people get to do. But if you don't, hey, that's a learning experience too.
No, it's a win-win either way. You get to go there. You get the training. You're on an Olympic team. That's a huge deal, huge accomplishment. And I'll be proud of myself either way, and those girls should be proud of themselves either way.
Yeah, you learn from, you get input.
Mm-hmm.
What do I need to do? What next time? There's going to be a next time. What do I need to improve on?
Yep.
And it unfortunately it won't be the first time in life that you get a little rejection. And I tell athletes all the time, I get rejected before coffee every morning, right? Like that's you do, and it never feels good, but you go back to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna face it, and get back up and keep going. But what an awesome opportunity, right? Like everybody has levels, and you do it. So you get to be there, and you can't worry about that. You go control what you can control. But you guys are all there together, and there's plenty of people that would rather be there than wherever they're going to be next week, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, well, hey, Lexi, thank you so much for taking some time. And we will see you on the club tour for sure. Will you guys go? There's a chance, not to jinx them, but there's a chance there could be some legacy alumni in the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
Would you guys ever? Is that something you go, or would you go to the Final Four in Kansas City and watch, or will you just train and rest up and
Probably train. We
yeah,
would probably some teams would probably have a watch party.
There you go. There you go. Well, Michigan's like South Dakota. It's a little chilly
Hmm.
in December, so I will see y'all in the club season. But great talking to you, and tell your parents I'm excited to meet them
I would.
during club season. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Lexi Coleman, everybody on our way to Colorado, and good luck to you. We will see you in January.
Thank you.
Yep. Take care.
Thank you, you too.
Yep. Bye bye.